Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I finished the Gauntlet. You just need 100 stars to finish it. I got exactly 100, I think. I don't think I'm going to do any more. At 125 stars, I think you get 25k, and then if you're able to get all 150 stars, which God bless you if you can do that, because it seems pretty much impossible, but if you get 150 stars, you get, I think, an 81 plus elite player, and then you get some collectible, which may be sort of like the journey. If you get all four of those collectibles for getting all 200 stars, you may get some unknown reward in January or February or whatever. But for me, I just wanted to get the 100 stars to get the Gauntlet player. So I want to go over which player or players, I guess, I think you should get. It sort of depends on your team, how your offense and defense is stacked, your playing style. So I'm just going to rank them 1 to 5. I'll start at lowest at 5 and work our way up to number 1. So the last player I think you should get is this Leonard Fournette. And all these players are pretty good. It's not like I think that any one player is necessarily terrible or anything, but the reason I wouldn't get Leonard Fournette is really 2 reasons. Number 1, there's just so many running backs in the game currently and that come out. You see he's being compared right now next to this 89 power Bo Jackson. See where he stacks up. So oddly enough, he has better trucking than Bo, only by 2. A little better catching, a little better carrying, but the other categories, and really the 2 categories that I look at that really downgrade this card for me, is agility at 80 and then elusiveness at 75. I think that 75 elusiveness really hurts that card. And then, again, there's just so many running backs. A new running back, or at least I guess a usable running back on most teams, comes out probably every 7 to 10 days at this point. And as the season progresses and we get into November and December, that could be even every 4 to 5 days a usable running back is released. So I wouldn't get Leonard Fournette, but if you need a running back, you could definitely get him. I don't think there's anything glaringly wrong other than that agility and elusiveness is a bit low, but pretty high speed. His break tackle is okay. His trucking's pretty good. Catching, not great, but very few running backs have low 80s, even high 70s catching. So if you want to get Leonard Fournette, you can. I wouldn't. But moving on to number 4 would be Derwin James. And I have Harrison Smith, so that's not the reason why he's number 4. It has nothing to do with my team. But he's got good height, 6'2", 87 speed, 89 excel, 89 hit power, very good, 87 play rec, but this is the pretty intriguing thing with Derwin James is he has higher man coverage and zone coverage for a safety, which is pretty rare that you see that. As you can see, Harrison Smith has a 10-point discrepancy between zone and man coverage, favoring zone at 89 to 79 man, and Derwin has 82 man to 81 zone, and neither of those stats are great, to be honest with you. You like to see that he has decent man coverage at 82, but I'd like to see that zone up at least to an 86, 87. And then his tackling's at a 76, which I don't know about tackling ratings for defensive backs. It's tough either way with how overpowered the running game is. I don't really know how to judge tackling ratings. So many tackles get broken, but his pursuit 81, not great, but again, pursuit's a sort of weird stat. Harrison Smith has 88. Take it whatever you want. I don't think it's a main stat, but really for me, it's the low zone coverage is the reason why I would not get Derwin James. I think there's better options out there, higher zone coverage and similar speed. The hit power is the one nice thing. At 89, that's fairly high. So I have Derwin James at number 4. Number 3 is going to be Ed Oliver, defensive tackle for the Bills, coming in at 78 speed, which is pretty high for a defensive tackle. 84 excel to go along with that. 86 strength, not bad. You see him compared here to 84 Michael Pierce, which is I'm currently struggling at the defensive tackle position. I haven't really upgraded it yet too much. 87 tackle, very good. Play rec is what it is. The one thing, I wish block shed was a little higher. 82, I wish. Really, strength and block shed is what I look at with defensive tackles. And one of the two power finesse moves being high. So they're both sort of, middle of the pack. Power moves higher than finesse, but I'd rather the power move be like mid 80s and the finesse move be low 70s than 81, 75 where it is if it is this low. Then block shed I'd like to see at an 85 or 86 to sort of match that strength rating. But there's not really anything I'm going to point to at this card either and say this is glaringly not a great card because of this. It's just the competition's going up against. Which leads me to the number 2 player in this ranking, Juju Smith-Schuster. So 6'1", solid height, 87 speed. Nothing to write home about, but I'd say 87 right now is where you at least want to be at receiver, 87, 88 at this point. As you can see, Torrey Holt's a 90. Michael Thomas is, I don't like talking about him. He's got low speed, and for all his high catching stats, he fumbles way too much. Tyreek Hill 90 speed, so that 87, 88 speed is really where you want to be right now at the minimum. So he hits that. 89 jumping is good. This has got 89 catching traffic and spec catch, all 89s, and all 80s for his route running, short, medium, and deep, which I think is just sort of odd that they're all the same like that. Yeah, you'd like his route running to be higher, but his high catching, relatively high speed, high jumping. We'll look at him a little more in depth here. His agility's a little lower than you'd like to see, but I don't think it's necessarily a huge problem. Yeah, I mean, maybe Juju's not really a spin move or juke move guy. He's not, he's got more straight line speed, I'd say, than, a guy that's like Tyreek Hill that's just gonna, make all these moves on you. But I think he's a very good card. It's pretty, tight neck and neck between him and Ed Oliver for the number 2 and 3. I could interchange these easily. But what can't be interchanged is the clear number 1 choice for me is Devin White, middle linebacker for the Buccaneers. 88 speed, and you look at him next to the Shazier. If you have the Shazier, it's going to be really great to have these two next to each other. Very fast linebackers, 87 excel, 90 tackling, 83 play rec, 81 block shed, which is very good considering his speed and tackling ratings, 89 hit power as well. The only thing you don't like, obviously, is a 71 zone coverage. So if you have these two, you may want to user that Devin White more. But to have two fast linebackers, middle linebackers, I like to user the linebacker on the strong side. So I'd probably interchange between Devin White and Ryan Shazier depending on where the strong side of the field is at the time, what hatch mark the ball's on. But that's just me personally. The one thing you could knock is, 6 foot height, sort of like Shaz with 6'1". Ideally, they're 6'3". Brian Urlacher 6'4". Ideally, they're that height, but usually when you get to that height, they're not boasting these speed acceleration stats. So it's sort of a give and take. But I prefer the speed personally. So again, in ranking these, I'd go Devin White 1, Juju Smith-Schuster 2, Ed Oliver 3, Derwin James 4, and Leonard Fournette 5. So that is the video. Let me know who you guys pick if you've done the Gauntlet already. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.